They contemplate their approach. So it's Rich Beam is following this match. Dressed in blue, I hope, today.
Oh, I'm dressed in all of it today, absolutely. And the Americans, they came up a little bit short. Now, hey, Dave, real quick question for you. Good to see you as always, my friend. Saw there, you took a little there with that hybrid. Is that the key to hitting those things?
Well, I was trying to cut it, which I did a heck of a job and shoved it. But, yeah, I didn't want to catch it clean. I wanted to catch it high on the club and get it up in the air. Just had a great idea, but didn't work.
That's always a game of golf, isn't it? You always
So match one underway, the crowd here in full spirits. I think the players are really looking forward to this. So now, ladies and gents, it's time to...
As he always does.
I was amazed he went down to a 6-iron after I'm in a 4 hybrid. He had the 5, and it's cold right now. I can't imagine we can compress it very much.
Okay, Tony.
Rich Beam's a brave chap. In fancy speaking, when Monty's hitting, he's about to get underway. So that gives us the opportunity of a short break.
It's good. It's great seeing all these guys. I'll tell you what, they're all eating well, too.
Good to see you as always, my friend. Saw there, you took a little there with that hybrid. Is that the key to hitting those things?
Well, I was trying to cut it, which I did a heck of a job and shoved it. But, yeah, I didn't want to catch it clean. I wanted to catch it high on the club and get it up in the air. Just had a great idea, but didn't work.
That's always a game of golf, isn't it? You always plan for the best, but expect sometimes the worst.
Well, and I'm looking at all that green to the left. I mean, why am I missing it to the right? But, you know, we've all done it. It happens. I'm smart enough to know that being the first of the 2 to hit, I better get the thing on the green and let him. He still went for it. Didn't make a difference where I hit it, obviously.
There's not too many people get away with that.
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good shot by Tony. Monty knocked it over the green. Monty's getting so long now. And Tony hit a heck of a drive and a heck of a second shot in there. I'm impressed. I played in the 1970 U.S. Open right here when he won. And I mean, what the score he shot, I think he won by about 7 shots. The way the wind blew, it was unbelievable how well he played that week.
You see him now on the final day dressed in the mustard trousers and the black top, and the putt at 9 when it looked like it was going to go off the green and bumped up, hit the hole and came down. And you're right, a 7-shot victory. He was my hero, Jacklin. I just adored the time I spent with him off the course and on it. So they're just ambling down the first group. They're approaching that first green. The second group.
Seeing the stands there full in the first green. Fans out here enjoying this. Monty, Monty. You know, it's interesting, too, because, you know, Monty hates this. Yeah, right, he loves it.
No, this is centre stage and fresh off a victory. All credit to him. He knocked one in on the first. So despite that lovely pitch from Dave Stockton, the Europeans win with an opening birdie. And Monty's already had a putt off the second tee. He's found the rough, so a nice straight one would be ideal from Tony here.
I hope they've moved the tee up for these guys, because that tee on the second hole, that's a long hole for these gentlemen. It's down the middle.
You never lose it, you see.
I think you're trying to...
They go down the second. This is the scene back at the first. Great idea to have events like this. We had a celebrity challenge earlier on in the week, and the fans come here and they watch the teams prepare in the morning, and then that was it really until we got underway on Friday. But now they've filled the afternoon, and this will take us up to the opening ceremony this afternoon. Into the graphs. He's got the swing of a champion right now. You win, the boost in confidence. You can see just how he eased through the ball there and eventually finished the follow-through. Total relaxation.
Total Monty, boy, I'll tell you what. And he's had a good run on that Champions Tour. He's won some majors. Wonderful shot. Now, Tony, Gets to play from the same spot. A little shorter, quicker swing. Well done, Tony. Two good shots for the European team there, Ewan.
Yeah, probably take the putt, Monty's putt there. I think it looks a little closer down the hill and a bit quicker. Just set it off on line.
Well, the down the hill, and you know, as the older we get, the downhill ones are a lot easier than those ones up the hill. Just got to get it started down the hill. Of course,
That was a bit surprising. Actually, a bit surprising that they had Lanny go first. I thought that for sure they were going to have, Dave go first. I thought they would have Lanny go first, and unfortunately they didn't. So both misreading it, mishitting it. I got a feeling this man's going to make it.
Ewan, does Tony get to play much anymore, do you know?
Yeah, down at Bradenton, where he's based down there.
Get in there. Get in there. Oh, he just had to hit it.
It's all right, Monty to the rescue. Oh, by the way, Rich, if you're going to tell us about your final round in the PGA back in 2002, can you start with your putt on the 18th? Because I've heard it all before.
No. We're as long as we're out here, we're going to start with the second hole, which is where we're at. Pin was kind of cut up over their front left, top left. Just didn't play enough. Break came up a little bit short.
Look at
Unlike that one. How about that, boys? Back
Look
to
at
backs.
Monty. I can't wait to hear this interview with Monty, Rich.
Oh. Well, here, 2 for 2, and here comes the man himself. And Monty, come here. Now, that's
Yes,
2 for 2 with a borrowed set of golf clubs. You didn't even the clubs that you won with last week.
Yeah.
They're in where?
They were sent to Newport Beach. I shipped them down to Newport Beach. So Callaway presented me with these clubs last night. I haven't used them before, and it's a mistake. Believe me, I'm keeping them. Birdie.
Well, you're not going to keep the driver because you snap hooked the driver about 8 miles left. So we won't talk about that. But the putter, the putter's never been quite your friend, but it's so far warming up nicely.
It must have this Ryder Cup feeling, Rich, I think, you know, the first hole as well. For that to go in, it's great, and superb feeling out here, It's a great atmosphere. It's a great friendly atmosphere before the great serious stuff starts tomorrow. This won't be as friendly tomorrow, I can assure you, but it's great right now.
And you would know that. Yeah. Nice putt, nice start, Monty. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Such a wide smile, Monty. We can even see the gums. No wonder. Birdie at the first. And, of course, a brilliant captain 2 years ago.
I think this is great for the guys to get out, let the fans see them, get up close and personal. If Monty birdies the third hole, he's going to be hard to live with this week.
He'll probably say, why am I not on the team?
Well, there's a good reason for that.
But congratulations to Monty. We'll be hearing from him, obviously, over the course of the next 3 days. Champion again. His desire is quite unbelievable. He's the same now as he was in his mid-20s, his desire to go out there and try and win.
The one thing I will say about Colin Montgomerie is he always putted better than the Ryder Cup than he did individually in a tournament. I don't know if it's because he had a partner or what, but he was always more aggressive with the putter, and I always felt like if he could putt like that in normal tournaments, he would have won even more of them.
Started this one down the left. How far left?
Long ways. A real long ways left. But got a lot of run down there on this par 5. Did I just hear Monty say there was a wee bit left? It was left of the trees.
We'll have to rib him tomorrow, saying you're a bit squint off the tee, Monty.
It's left of those bunkers down there. Look at Tony go after it.
I see that swing, Butch, and I go back to 1969, dressed in the lilac colours, and the voice of Henry Longhouse saying, "What a corker off that 72nd hole." It couldn't have been a straighter tee shot.
I'll tell you what, he had some good trunk rotation through.
Got the wand away from his chest. Oh no, just a little too much speed.
Picture that brings into the mind the phrase, once a golfer, always a golfer. Give you that one, Monty, the way you've been going today.
Yes, he's still on quite a high from Sunday. Oh, pulled it.
It's a missed opportunity for Montgomerie and Jacklin. But they're in good shape after 3 holes. Leave these boys to walk up there, and there's a lovely view of this very fine par 3.
Just light winds left to right, and this one, no surprise here, just a little left to right and just right of the pin. That was nicely done, but gotta believe Tony Jacklin has been hitting it. So this little young man about 4 or 5 years old that was just having to wander on the tee box in front, so he got back underneath the ropes. But Tony Jacklin's moving this golf ball out there. He's got some oomph in this swing. Oh, just leaking a little right.
Well, after the tee shot of Monty, there was no adrenaline there for Tony. I think that was the problem.
I think you're probably right, yeah. I think they know which ball they're going to be taking anyway, that's for sure.
And alongside Tony Jacklin, 1970 PGA champion here. Now, there was a great story you told me back in the last fairway. Can you relive that for us, for the viewers at home?
Well, yeah, because it was a US Open, but...
Oh, sorry, yes. Sorry. I'm so excited about the PGA here.
I know very well. Why wouldn't you be? But, no, back in 70, we couldn't use our own caddies, and the caddies had to go into a blind draw to get the player. And I ended up with a young guy called Tom Murphy. He was 18 years old. But the great story was that he was actually playing golf the day that the draw took place, and he sent a friend of his with all his credentials. And the friend pulled my name out of the hat. And of course, I'd already won the Open before, so it was newsworthy. And they put this guy's picture in the paper. And of course, the next morning, they changed credentials back, and Tom Murphy came and turned up, and he was my caddy, and we were playing a practice round. And Tom Weisskopf, who I was playing with, said to Tom Murphy, "You don't look like that guy in the paper." And he took the bag and walked away, and nothing more was said. But of course, then I won, and it was a $30,000 first prize, and I gave him 10%, $3,000, and I put him through college. He was the 8th of 8 children, and he became actually a legend around here. Sadly, he passed away 2 or 3 years ago, but he became a multi-millionaire. He owned golf courses in Arizona. He owned a downtown pub right next to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Okay. And he was a golf coach for 29 years. So he was a wonderful guy, and I was so happy to spend some time with him. We played golf a week before he died with my doctor up here. And he was going to come to the Ryder Cup at Glen Eagles, but we never made that. But he was a wonderful guy, and it was such a heartwarming story. You know, I was 25 and he was 18, so it was a wonderful week in more ways than one for me.
Indeed. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Appreciate that, Tony.
Beamer, before you go anywhere, US Open for Jacklin in 70. Have you got that?
I know.
Instead of annoying me from dawn to dusk, why don't you go and do some homework?
No excuses, yes. Sorry, Dad.
The other side, but it's a straightforward 1 to 9 now.
Fast putt this for Monty down the slope. Have a look at this one. Go on. Has he got the legs for it? Go on. Oh, never up, never in, Monty. Don't think we'll tell him that, though.
I'll bet you won't when he comes in tomorrow. You just said, I thought it was going to make it all the way there, Colin. It was such a lovely putt.
It did look a bit like that, yes. But whatever it is, Ewan, it's working.
I know Colin Montgomerie has seen Dave Stockton, and that's something that they have worked on. So out of the
tea for some players on our side?
No,
I don't know.
see the hole hasn't been repaired here at 5s. 6 since the early. The hole we saw there had the damage hole where McIlroy popped it straight in this morning.
Well, Monty's got 240 back in the breeze. Took out the hybrid for a second. Didn't need to. This one's way left. To be fair, he's not using those clubs. Hasn't slowed it down yet. Hasn't timed it perfectly.
One of the first 2 days.
This man, though, he is strong. He can definitely knock it out from here. Oh, low flat bullet. Oh, it's going left, though.
Ah. 642 yards this hole, but they have nudged the tee forward a little bit for these players today.
Just a touch. Just a wee bit.
Hasn't changed in 30 or 40 years. Well, they're going to have to pick the one that's in the bunker here now. That's unusual. Remember, Monty hit it way over the green to the left. Pulled it.
Yeah. Went a long way.
Interesting in the Monty and Jacklin pairing that Monty's going first. You would think Tony would go first, and then the trunk of his body, like it's never changed. How come you and I don't have that kind of speed?
I don't know. I think it's called lot, isn't it? Lack of talent.
Pretty good galleries out there watching the players this afternoon.
Jacklin back up there. Oh, no. Tony, that was going left to right the entire way. Must have been the changes in the golf course since 1970 that threw him off there. Of course, I don't think Monty came over and helped him a whole lot, though.
You wouldn't have seen it, Rich, but earlier on in the day, it came out on the programme here that McIlroy pitched it straight in the hole on this 6th hole here.
How far away was he?
Quite a long way. It was, I'd say it was a full wedge.
Very nice, 640 yards. I'm not too sure a whole lot of guys can reach this week. He's read this right. Would you believe? Yeah. Just keep smiling, Monty.
He's going to be, Rich, he's going to be really hard to live with.
Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm going to have to interview him after this win. I mean, this is just going to be, I might as well just have him interview him and say, Tony, go sit down and just chill. Monty's taking over.
And it goes again. He's held a few of those in his time.
Look at him. You think he's not having fun out there?
I said to him when he was going for his 7th, in those days it was an order of merit.
He's got a good view tomorrow.
Take a look at Monty's swing. He says he's worked hard on trying to not get that right hip so high on the backswing. You see the club goes back in one piece. Now it goes up. If you look at that right hip, it's a little higher than the left. Drops the club down on the inside. Boom. Beautiful extension. Beautiful release. I'm just amazed that he's never had back problems, the way that spine backs up. But he's swung that way his whole life.
He has.
And he does it with beautiful rhythm, too.
He does. And
I'll tell you what, Boxy, the golf has been outstanding by these 8 gentlemen. I mean, we have seen some miraculous shots, some wonderful putts. Look at this. This is good golf. I will say this. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you. I mean, Montgomerie. Jacklin's second shot.
Go on.
Go on. Just coming out of the rough, just runs a little bit further.
Oh, yeah.
Hal, it seems we can't get through a Ryder Cup.
You know that Phil spent some time talking with Hal last night, and everything's fine. Here's Monty now. If he can make another one. Look at Monty. He thought he was going to make every putt he hit today.
Thanks, then. Almost Hampton 4.
Isn't it funny when you're not playing for money, how you can smile at those when you miss?
Isn't it funny to see Monty smile when he misses a putt?
Up the hill. Come on. He is rolling that flat stick. Good to see, though. All these players are having so much fun out here. This is such a joy. Maybe not so much for Lanny and Dave. They they just haven't been able to buy anything. But two men walking up the 7th green are telling me, it's a little unfair. We got 3 guys. Monty, so far so good. You're rolling the putter good, absolutely. Going back to the captaincy back in 2010 at Glen Eagles. Glen Eagles? Sorry, no, Celtic Manor. Ewan said I was going to make lots of mistakes today. I knew I was, and my brain is scrambled right about now. But you had a great Saturday, winning 5.5 out of 6 points. What worked so well that day for you? I mean, what were the players? I mean, just give me an idea.
Word momentum. Rory McIlroy and Graham McDowell set off, and I said to them, because it was the first time I've ever had 6 games on the course at the one time. Remember, we tried to finish on Sunday with the weather, so all 12 players were playing at the one time, so it was 6 matches for the first time. And it was very important that the first couple of games, I think Westwood and Donald and Rory and Graham McDowell, and they had to set the tone. And my God, we had chats about it, and if they had won both their games, which they did, it's this word momentum, and you'll hear Paul McGinley talk about it, hear me talk about it, you'll hear Olazabal talk about it. Every captain in the past talks about momentum, and those first 2 games gave momentum for the next 4, and we never lost a game that day. It was only the Molinaris, I think, that halved, and they birdied the last to get that as well, which was magnificent. To get 5.5 out of 6, switched it all because we were down. Momentum, you'll hear about it all the time, and tomorrow's vital for these guys as well. The first 2 games tomorrow morning, if Europe can win those, the back games as well, the whole thing changes, and momentum, the blue momentum gets going, and we've heard about it so often, and it's so important in these matches.
When you talk about not losing any of the matches, you are undefeated in singles play. What is the mentality that you have that makes you such a great singles player?
One, you're fortunate that your opponent didn't score 10 under and beat you, but there's always that. Well, did I allow him to score 10 under? Obviously not. Why did he not play his best possibly, or why did I do better than some? I don't know. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, and I'm a great believer. I've said it so often. If you enjoy something, you're good at it. Doesn't matter what you do. Making tiddlywinks. If you enjoy making tiddlywinks, you're a good tiddlywink maker. And I enjoyed this. I really did enjoy the challenge of it. One-on-one, I loved it. Playing away from home or at home, and I did. I got into it and loved it, and that therefore did okay.
Yes, you did. Thanks for your time, Colin. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Quite enthusiastic there, wasn't he, Monty? I think the thing with Monty, Butch, is he used to putt better.
Quality of the golf has been quite exceptional as we see the first signs of autumn.
A must to get the ball first coming out of these bunkers, and he's done that nicely. Not that punishable, actually, the bunkers around some of these holes, fairway bunkers, I have to say.
I think Jacklin's played very well today for his age.
He has 72 years of age, Tony Jacklin.
He has the odd game now and again up at Archerfield in East Lothian. He's got connections there, and with 1 or 2 of the Scottish companies that he does some work for throughout the year. Doing that over at Queenwood, Darren's home club, of course, when he's in England. Everything about the Ryder Cup's a lot of fun. It's just a unique event.
Monty, how come you're not down there helping Tony read this putt? I don't get this. He's down there all alone. His caddy's doing all the work, and you're just sitting here, just soaking in all the glory.
3 up with 1 to play.
valid point. That's a very valid point. I don't have
Give him the line. Again, line it's about an inch outside the right lip here, but it's all about pace. And he's done great, Tony. He really has today. He's played super.
72 and hits it just as far as you do.
Yeah, he did. Amazing. Amazing. And that's a great putt there. That's a super effort. Well done, Tony.
Fantastic. Agreed. Some sight back here on the 9th green. These crowds are remarkable. Just as far as the eye can see, just everywhere. Don't fall over the railing there. All right, Monty, you told me what the read was. Let's see if you can hit it there. That's what Dave Stockton thinks about that.
Lovely smile from Tony Jacklin. We'll be looking forward to some strong Scottish golden liquid, I think, over the course of the next half hour or so. He was quite apprehensive today, Tony, but no need. He performed brilliantly alongside the most recent winner on the Champions Tour, Montgomerie. Scotland and England combining perfectly.
Nicely played, gentlemen. Now, I got to say that Monty did a little bit, but it's your mojo. It's your mojo from winning the Open here is really what kind of carried the team today, wasn't it?
We had fun. I mean, we hit the ball nicely. What can I say? And of course, he rolled in a couple of nice putts early on, which really got us started. And it was fun. It was fun 9, and obviously memories flood back for me here. Although the course is a little different, the ambiance is the same. There's stuff here that was here all those years ago still, and the environment's very much the same. So it was a lot of fun, and my friend here held it together for me.
Well, he can't seem to do anything but win as of late. Wins last week, wins today. I mean, what's on the docket next?
Oh, that'll be right. Yeah, we're off to Newport next, but the next is win for the European Ryder Cup team. You know, and this is why we're here, to support them and to cheer them on, to see if we can get 4 in a row. We've never done it before, and never won with 6 rookies away from home, and it's a challenge for Darren and his team. But we're all rooting for him, obviously, and that's why we're here.
When you say all, I'm assuming you're not including me on that one. But at that, I'll say thank you for your time, gentlemen. Good job today.
Good job from Rich Beam down there too. Moments ago on the 9th green, warm handshakes from players who have locked horns together down the years. Some have won, some have failed. But the great thing about this game is there's always another day.